Hello, my name is Joshua Vieira, and in 1984 the U.S. government ruled that if states did not raise their state drinking age to 21, they would lose road and highway funding. This decision has been viewed with great criticism because it was an event in the United States history when you have the national government blackmailing the local governments, state governments, to pass laws in which the national government did not have the authority to pass nationwide. The drinking age here in the United States is too high. In regards to other rights placed upon the young adult population, 21 years of age to drink alcohol is too high. In the United States, at the age of 18, you have the right to vote, serve in the military, this includes being drafted, own a gun, buy a home, get married without parental consent, and most importantly, you have to pay taxes. However, at 18, you cannot buy alcohol. In my opinion, the drinking age should not be 18 or 21, it should be 19 years of age. In 1971, the United States dropped the voting age from 21 to 18. Many states followed suit by lowering the decades-old barriers to drinking. The rationale went something like this. If young Americans could be entrusted to vote, serve on a jury, and fight in Vietnam, then why couldn't they have a beer? And I have a flyer from the 1970s that says, old enough to go to war, old enough to go to a bar. I've attached a picture of this to my submission. The next decade after these laws were passed, showed an increase in the occurrence of motor vehicle accidents, MVAs, and alcohol-related deaths within the age groups of 18 to 21. Instead of researching the root of the problem, the government acted in 1984 and raised the drinking age to 21. The reason why MVAs and alcohol-related deaths increased was credited to the immaturity of the young adult population being able to consume alcohol. In a CNN article, Brandon Griggs is speaking to Dwight B. Heath, an anthropology professor from Brown University. Heath, who has written several books and hundreds of scholarly articles on the cultural attitudes towards alcohol, states, in general, the younger people start to drink, the safer they are. Now, why would he say something like this? In his profession, he has the unique opportunity to see young adults transition from never being exposed to alcohol to being able to consume alcohol legally. He has seen the unsafe behavior that can occur during this transitional period. The fact of the matter is, 18-year-olds are going to consume alcohol if they want to or not, no matter what the law says. At this age, the attitude demonstrated by this age group proves that fact. So why not teach drinking practices or provide sober monitors at events where alcohol is provided? I believe this would be a smart idea because it gives these transitioning young adults a safe outlet which would reduce the unsafe behaviors. In a New York Times article, Gabrielle Glasser, the author of Why Women Drink, states, teaching people to drink responsibly before they turn 21 would enormously increase public health. Now, high school and college kids view dangerous binge drinking as a rite of passage, so why not eliminate this rite of passage? The developmental process that teenagers go through in high school, and which they continue in college, leaves them wanting to be older. The desire is not necessarily to be older in age, but to be older and have some of the rights that the older peers may have. Gabrielle Glasser's article also stated the reported fact. In 2009, a study published in the Journal of Studies of Alcohol and Drugs found that between 1998 and 2005, the number of cases of alcohol-related deaths among 18 to 24-year-olds nearly tripled, from 779 cases to 2,290 cases. So what can be done about this issue? In this situation, there are only a few options to consider. First option to consider is education. Further education on the topic. The second option to consider is implement stricter alcohol restrictions and punishments. Third option is to lower the drinking age. Education shows more of a subtle promise. However, as stated earlier, this age group has these invincible tendencies which education may not solve. Even though they know alcohol is bad, most will choose to continue the consumption. Education is not enough by itself to accomplish this task. Implementing stricter laws and punishments is the opposite direction which I believe this country should go. Think back to Prohibition in the 1920s. This period lasted about 13 years until things returned to normal when alcohol again was legal. Alcohol is unfortunately a part of our society. Stricter laws and punishments for its misuse will only cause more problems than it would prevent. Lowering the drinking age is a non-aggressive intervention which should, in my opinion, be preceded by extensive education in the community and within the home. The mentality of drinking would change for young adults. It would become more of a privilege that our great country has to offer. From personal experience, I have seen the effects of underage drinking and what it has done to young adults. Something I have noticed in the past several years is that when young adults turn 21, their behavior has changed in regards to alcohol. Alcohol becomes just another drink. People actually tend to decrease the amount of alcohol they consume once they turn 21. Those who drink regularly prior to turning 21. In an article by Mary Kay Carey, she takes a fact from the MADD website that says the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates that the law raising the drinking age to 21 has saved 900 lives a year. If raising the drinking age to 21 has saved lives, then why has it done so? Is there something we could solve? Is this reason something else? Is there another way we can solve this reason? It is because young adults are more mature at 21, or is it because adults at 18 were not educated on the subject at alcohol? Young adults need to be educated on the subject of alcohol from a young age. It is no longer needed to be looked upon as a forbidden fruit. It is very real and more accessible than parents tend to think. So why not lower the drinking age so it's accessible while providing further education? Lowering the drinking age to 18 means the younger teenagers will still have access to these 18-year-olds. While still in high school, I believe we need to avoid this mentality that involves younger teenagers wanting to do as their older peers. So 19 years old is when most teenagers are out of high school and are either starting college or starting their career. At this point, young adults are beginning to be more exposed to alcohol outside of the home. If it was legal, then these young adults would no longer need to consume alcohol in secret. Over time, alcohol will lose its appeal to young adults and the incidence of injury and death will decline. So let's lower the drinking age and eliminate the hype behind underage drinking. I've also attached a video to this submission that shows alcohol consumption on more of an international scale rather than domestic. Thank you.